We're joined from Cairo by Israeli affairs researcher Ahmad Anwar. Mr. Fuad, we thank you so much for being with us on Qnews. And let me here start by asking you, what would be the objectives of Israel's newly approved plan to escalate its offensive in Gaza? Hello.
Greetings to you and your audiences. There is some sort of plundering by the Israeli side, militarily, politically, and publicly. Following such a resolution, by calling up the reservists for the seventh time, in a sense that half of the society do not served by the Israeli soldiers, so that represents a pressure on the military that cause an outrage of a sector in light of the not enlisting the Hadrims in the military services and by the Palestinians of 1948. The objectives seeks to control more lands in the enclave, particularly the unpopulated areas that they think that there are no detainees and prisoners, and the renewed attempt to raid the tunnels. It is a very complicated matter that would cause more casualties from the Israeli leadership. That would also affect the Israeli public opinion. I think that a group of the Israeli politicians that they are following the movement of Kach and its founders, that they had no military expertise and they have a desire for expansion, like the capabilities of the occupation army and its readiness that would allow them to execute such schemes.
You spoke about the public opinion in Israel. Now, how has the Israeli public opinion react at one hand and the military leadership react to the mass call-up of reservists?
Certainly, it's a great portion of the public audience are very much concerned, and they call it that Netanyahu is prolonging the war to invade the main or the official investigative committee from trial by accusing some military leaders following by the cuisine of the military sector in a whole, and now it's his turn that he should hold himself accountable by choosing such leaders, supervised their missions throughout the time, never achieved any objectives of the war, but succeeded the resistance of to save them, despite the proclaims of the highly proficient of the air defense systems. Such lies are falling down when they are tested. Such a matter pressure the Israeli side, mocking at Netanyahu and his continuation of talking all the time about the absolute or the full shortage, but there is a reversed shortage when they have that to completely have some sort of great loss during the siege of a great sector of populated area in the enclave.
Well, the Israelis have spoken about capturing the entire Gaza Strip. Now, what could be the implications of such an act with no planned withdrawal and capturing the whole area permanently?
It is a very catastrophic matter upon the Israeli side only, not only the Palestinian side, meaning that the full control of the whole enclave that will require the Israeli army to distribute the aid by themselves, and which is a very complicated matter that will be exposed to resistance and suicide operations, and that actually pose some sort of differences and confrontation between him and the Minister of the National Security by saying him that you do not understand the military services and what you dreamed of that would lead to more casualties militarily. So such a movement that I think it has been tested before, and it comes on the psychological war prior the Trump's visit to the region. And so the leadership is trying to show that they are capable to negotiate under the fire. So such a psychological war that failed previously, and I think such attempts are going to be failed.
Right, from Cairo, that was Israeli Affairs researcher Ahmad Anwar. We thank you so much for joining us here on Q News.